Hello and good evening. The following Travis Davenport show differs from those we have previously made in the past. We, the Travis Davenport Show, feel we need to inform our listeners of impending doom of mankind. For all we know, by the time this airs, it may already be too late. So open your eyes and open your minds and realize the end of the world as we know it is real. And this is our take on the subject of 2012. It's the Travis Davenport Show, 2012 edition. Here's your host, Travis Davenport.
Hey everybody, how's it going? Like always, this is Travis Davenport coming to you with some real facts of knowledge that we can discuss here tonight. We're going to throw a little bone in things and try to deal with some things that are happening across the world and hopefully get a little bit of a grasp, bring some reality to you tonight, and hopefully it will shed some light on some of the things that could happen. We want to make sure that everybody knows this is just my take on things. I have gained some knowledge for some scientists and things like that across the world. So we're gonna go ahead and jump into it. What will happen on 12/21/12? Will the pole shift cause worldwide destruction? Will there be reverse in the Earth's rotation, which will cause time to go in reverse and cause us to live our lives in reverse? That would be kind of strange. These are some of the things that have been mentioned so far. Will there be a superstorm that will flood a quarter of the homes in California? Will Christ return? Will there be a superquake? The number 23. Just for kicks, let's think about the number 23 scenario. And it has to do with also 11/11. That's the time that the winter solstice is due to occur. Well, if you will take 11 and add 12 to it, what do you get? That's right, 23. So anybody that's ever watched that movie that 23 is the supreme number that the world revolves around, there's a 23 scenario for you in this. All these theories have been made by scientists and others, as well as myself. Tonight I hope to maybe shed some light on these subjects. One thing I can say, be prepared. Be prepared not only for 2012, but be prepared every day for its end. As we rise on 12/21/12, we most likely will wake up to a glorious winter's morn. People will die. Babies will be born. The thing about it is we should not put faith in a single day for destruction, because there is only one person who will make that decision about the end of the world, and that's God. But there are millions that are confident this is it. Why 12/21/12? Because the Mayans said so, Nostradamus? The main thing, like I said, is to be prepared. The end of the world as we know it is coming. Yes, I said that. The end of the world is coming. It may be today, tomorrow, 12/21/12, or a billion years from now. Whether your belief is in God, Allah, another higher power, or no belief at all, you have to realize that there will be a cataclysmic event that will occur, and life as we know it will cease to exist. There are countless tragedies waiting patiently and also impatiently to destroy our planet. Some are only just a push button away from sending the planet into a nuclear winter where the light of the sun will never be seen until life itself has been extinguished. So let's talk about some of the things out there that have the capability to bring us to our end. There are numerous nuclear warheads that are pointed at the United States, as well as other major powers that are only one loose cannon away from being deployed. Then there are other potential tragedies that are a billion to one shot, and others, more importantly, we have no idea about. These are the ones that are the most disturbing to me. Since we're on the subject of uncertainty, let's talk about global warming. Has anyone ever conceived the thought that it's normal? What would have happened if the world did not warm to melt the ice age? Now, I forget what was the man-made pollutants that the Earth, or that made the Earth warm enough during the ice age to melt the ice during that time. To put it simply, one major volcanic eruption pollutes the Earth more than man has in his entire existence. Enough said. Let's think for a moment about Pangea. I'm sure that most of us are familiar with that. It's back when the Earth was a supercontinent. How many catastrophes do you think occurred during the continental shift? Well, they're still shifting, guys and girls. So how many major earthquakes do you think there have been since the year 2000? Want to guess? Major earthquakes. I'm talking about that cause casualties, that cause death. 50, 100, 214 since the year 2000. So how do we stop an earthquake? We can't. As you see, I'm dressed in camouflage tonight. That's letting you know I am prepared. My family is prepared. And I'm hoping you're prepared. The Earth is an ever-changing entity. Thus, there will be worldwide devastation throughout its life. Earthquakes, hurricanes, tornadoes, tsunamis, even the possibility of a hypercane. Ever heard of a hypercane? Well, basically these are a massive hurricane that forms in the ocean where the temperature is 100 degrees Fahrenheit or above. Now, what part of the world do you feel is the warmest? Well, there's many places around that. Of course, the equator. But does the water really get to 100 degrees? No, that's way too warm. So what can cause that? Well, basically, it can happen especially during a massive underwater volcano or a meteor hitting the Earth. Now, if this happens, these storms pack a 500-mile-an-hour wind speed and spew water so high that it would punch a hole in the Earth's stratosphere. These are believed to be the reason for mass extinctions, which occurred millions and millions of years ago on the planet. Next on the list is meteors. There are meteors that fall during the day that virtually go undetected because of the minuteness of their size. But the possibility looms that a large rogue meteor will find its way through the Earth's atmosphere and possibly hit the Earth with more destruction than we can possibly fathom. Now, the boys at NASA do a great job, fantastic job of spotting and tracking these objects in the sky, be it meteors, asteroids, or comets. The way they track comets basically is by the sun's reflection off the comet, where the comet has the ice. Now, something that not many people are familiar with are dark comets. This arouses my curiosity somewhat. Dark comets are comets who, over time, that make their trip around the sun and through our solar system, all the ice at some point melts away. So there is no reflection, just a very dark object flying through space. So basically, these are undetectable until it's too late. Something else that concerns me is the threat of mass ejection. Massive ejection is basically a blast of solar wind, magnetic fields, and isotope plasmas being shot out into space. And if it finds its way to Earth, the electronic age will cease to exist. That's what we depend on. We become dependent on the electronics. Everything that we do depends on electronics. Like I said, it concerns me. This would cause us, not only as a nation, but as a world, a slow, painful end. Next, let's go to Planet X, Nibiru. Set near the Earth, set to pass by the Earth, I think in 2085. I think this was originally supposed to happen in 2003. Never happened. Um, at some point, it was said that aliens said that this planet uh, would come and destroy the Earth. There are those that believe that aliens, ancient aliens, talked to our ancient people uh, thousands of years ago on the Earth. Uh, it's hard to tell people. There's a lot of things out there. But one thing I can tell you, from the first breath of existence, every organism begins to die. This is where we have a lot of unknowns that start coming into play. We know that someday the Earth will engulf Mercury, or I'm sorry, the Sun will engulf Mercury, Venus, and the Earth. Mercury, the closest planet to the Sun, is not the warmest, not the hottest planet. That would be Venus, the one that closely resembles the Earth. There are a lot of unknowns like this in space. We do know that one day we will either be doomed by being engulfed by the Sun, or the Sun will cease to exist, it will burn out, and we'll have no method to warm ourselves or heat ourselves, no light. We then must ask ourselves, what is the lifespan of a planet? Some say the Earth is 4.5 billion years old. Some say less. Some say it's a great deal less. Again, unknowns. Anyone want to venture a guess on this one? The truth? The truth of the matter is, there's so many unknowns in space, we should consider each day as a gift. For there are other planets that are bombarded daily. We have no control over these things. If it's going to happen, it's going to happen. We can't stop it. Bruce Willis and Tommy Lee Jones aren't going to be going up there to save us. That's Hollywood. Glorified Hollywood. The one most disturbing threat we have to existence, to me, and this is the part of the show that's me, my beliefs. The threat we have to existence is the disease of ignorance. I may not agree with all the reasons as to why global warming is occurring, but I do realize it is in fact normal. I'm not lost in my own insanity, though. I agree pollution is bad, but I don't agree that the polar ice caps are melting because of it. Like I said before, our planet is an ever-changing entity. There are animals, plants, and organisms that have once roamed the planet that now cease to exist. One day, be it tomorrow, a billion years from now, or on 2112, man will also cease to exist. There are also life forms out there that have yet to be discovered. There's new discoveries every day. Will they replace man as a dominant being? Or will life itself vanish altogether in a flash of mammoth destruction? This presents a double-edged sword to me. We must not dwell in the past, for it will prohibit our future, but without it, we shall never overcome our own faults. Many have seen the movie 2012. My prediction for the end of the world as we know it will not have us race for superboats or arcs. It'll be much worse. Look around us. The problem we have as a whole, to me, again, is convenience. The problem is we allow those who are able to work to sit at home and live off the government. We allow insurance companies to raise premiums and lower coverage. By 2037, there will be no such thing as Social Security. Then there are those who think they're entitled to end the lives of others because they're entitled to have a good life themselves, and they're the scum of the earth. Let's for a second talk about Jared Loughner. There are some that will make you think that Sarah Palin's speech was the final straw that made him go through with the shootings in Arizona. The truth of the matter is, this man was so infatuated with conspiracies, theories, and predictions, including those that surround 2012 and the end of mankind, he let them take over his life. There are many more, just like him, that's lives have been taken over and have been lost, and they have lost touch with reality. They manifest obscene ideas and follow them out to fruition. They are extremists on both the left and the right. This, my friends, is the tragic theory that I have. We as man will seal our own fate. Hate, revenge, and mayhem will be our undoing. Man possesses a much larger threat than any of the things that I've covered here today. What will happen is stored in the future of time. There will be groups of militants that will occupy strategic areas, and confiscate food, arms, survival items, you name it. Will you be prepared to fight when the end of the world as we know it comes? Will you survive the initial blast? Will you walk along the side of the Lord our God into a new beginning? We will live to see tomorrow's sunrise, hopefully. Again, like I said, be prepared. Store your vegetables, meat, water. Leave your mind open to it happening any day and any time. Be ready. But most of all, keep your family close. Love your daughters and sons every second as if it will be your last. Take the time to enjoy a smile from a stranger and realize we all have to unite to survive, be it here or in the ever after. Well, thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. And again, be prepared. Be prepared. God bless. Good night.